Hi guys. Today, as Call Me Kevin would say, we are doing something a little bit different. I was even hesitant to do a voiceover since I wanted this video to be somehow serious. Most of the stuff I upload are things that are like a side thing, just to experiment, like the water one, homework, or to relieve stress. However, this one is something I'm actually putting effort in. Is something that represents me a little bit more. You might call it my style. I don't really like that term and I'll talk about why in a minute. But to sum everything up, this is what I want to have as the main thing here. It may take me longer to upload this kind of work, because it involves thinking of an idea, searching for references, and actually doing it. Which is the hardest part because when you put so much thought into something you end up, sadly, having an expectation of the final product. And more often than not the result doesn't meet the expectation. Maybe because you rushed into the process without the proper preparation, lack of time, inspiration, or even just a bad day. And that makes you have to do everything all over again. It's been quite a long time since I drew something I wanted to draw. No props, no initial idea. Since I started university I've been doing a lot of stuff. Drawing non-stop, painting non-stop, and don't get me wrong, I love the path I've chosen, because that's what I've always wanted to do. However, that took most of my time. So, when I haven't been doing work for my teachers, I try to rest to be able to keep doing work for my teachers. After all, it's a very consuming process mentally. You have to keep coming up with new stuff. Creative takes on abstract props. There are some teachers who don't want you to do what they ask you to do. There are some that want you to follow strictly their directions. Some give you a diffuse idea and expect you to understand. And overall it's a very stressful journey that doesn't give you enough time to develop your own thing. Which I somehow understand, because we are basically learning to develop our own thing. Trying to get knowledge from all possible areas to find the one. It's like love, I guess. We are just trying to find the one. Maybe that's where I take issue with the people who try to establish a really marked style when they are 15, 16, 18. You are so young. And I was like that too. When I was 16 I had a huge crisis. Because I felt I wasn't special. My drawing didn't have that thing that makes you go, oh, it's her. This is her work and no one else's. If you see a Frank Gehry building, you know it's him. If you see a Picasso, a Matisse painting, you know it's theirs. And I wanted to have that. But I didn't. I wanted to focus on one area, and grow just on that direction. Not everyone is like me. When I was 16 I was stupid. Until now I'm not only stupid but very ignorant too. Back then I decided I wanted to focus on illustration with colored pencils. And I remember I met one fine arts student who gave me just this one class and he asked me to buy watercolors. I refused at first. The reasoning was, I didn't want to spend money on something I wasn't going to use again. The watercolors I'm using today are the ones I bought back then. The irony. I was so sure I didn't want to try watercolors, or oil painting, or anything that wasn't what I chose to focus on that I was missing out on a lot of stuff. It's stupid to think that you are going to draw using the same style over and over again. You are not going to keep drawing your big-eyed pretty girls 10 years from now. Because we change, and our art change with us. And if it doesn't change, you might have to ask yourself if you are getting a little bit too comfortable in your comfort zone. Currently, in this moment of my life, I want to learn so many things. And to the people who are close to the idea of learning something new because they're not going to use that in the future. You don't know the future. Nobody does. And maybe, just maybe, You get something from learning a new skill. I don't think I will choose to go through the sculpture path. However, I learned so much from it. I didn't know how to head worked until I had to make one. Where's the lowest part? Where's the highest part? How does the neck work? Where's the axis? I'm not saying you shouldn't develop your style. I'm saying you should never stop developing your style. I'm saying you should never stop exploring. Never stop learning. A quote that I quite like is by Nicholas Bourriard, and it says, "The fact is that a work of art has no a priori useful function, not that it is socially useless but because it is available and flexible, and has an infinite tendency." That's what I want to emphasize. My understanding of this quote, and it might be wrong, is that art is infinite. It doesn't have a specific function because it can be whatever you want it to be. Make your art infinite. Let it change. Let it grow. Let it develop. Don't enclose it on a tiny idea. Let it be the unknown. Let it be everything you can explore. And then decide where you want to focus. I should try and wrap up. So going back to my first comparison. For me, art, as of right now, is like my crush. I may be a little bit obsessed over it. It does make me happy. But it doesn't know I exist. So that's sad. I hope one day we can have a healthy relationship. And that's all. I'm planning to do a zodiac sign series. A serious one like this. And in between some chibi fan arts to relieve stress. So look forward to it. Hope you liked this video. I have some faith because my 4 friends watching this video are really supportive. I couldn't have found a better group of artists. And yeah, that's it.